For many workers, it's not unusual to use paper forms and clipboards to collect information while in the field. Once collected, the data is entered when the forms return to the office. With the proliferation of relatively inexpensive tablet computers, workers can now go paperless, which reduces labor and associated costs of rekeying information, as well as the errors inherent in manual data entry. And it makes the information available online to an organization faster. But there's a catch. While tablets may be more efficient for the back office staff, they can be cumbersome for workers in the field and actually reduce their efficiency. That's because most tablet solutions simply aim to take existing paper forms and replicate them on the tablet screen, in much the same way forms were replicated to the screens of PCs when they were introduced to the desktop. The problem is that tablets aren't the same as PCs. They don't have a pointer device like a mouse. There isn't as much real estate on the screen. And typing on a virtual screen can feel clunky and unnatural compared to typing on a real keyboard, and especially compared to jotting down notes on paper. That's why at Alpha we've rethought how tablets can be used for business applications, and the result is tablet-optimized forms, an approach that not only outperforms conventional tablet apps, they can even be faster and easier than pen and paper. The secret is the use of simplified and customized keyboards, specialized input controls, and digital ink. Let's take a look at these in action. Imagine your business performs car inspections and your workers need to make notes on many different aspects relating to the conditions of cars. One piece of information they may need is a vehicle identification number, or VIN. Now, VINs only consist of numbers and uppercase characters, so instead of a typical virtual keyboard that looks like this, the user is instead presented with a custom keyboard that includes only the keys that are required. This reduces the chance of typos and increases efficiency by reducing visual clutter. For other fields like mileage, only numbers are required, so in this case only numbers appear. And unlike the standard keyboard, which slides up from the bottom and sometimes pushes fields out of view, these custom keyboards can be overlaid exactly where they are needed. They can also include cursor buttons for moving forward and backwards in a field and from field to field, which saves you from the fiddly task of trying to get your finger between two tiny characters on a screen. Now, when it comes time to filling out checkboxes or pass-fail boxes like we have in this example, instead of trying to hit a particular spot on the screen with your finger, you just swipe left or swipe right to indicate pass or fail. And of course, you could collect information that you simply couldn't on paper, like audio annotations, photos, and videos. Plus, unlike paper forms, you can add online help to clarify how fields should be filled in, and you can include data validation to make sure each input value makes sense. And in cases where you really want to use paper and ink, for example, when capturing a signature or drawing a diagram, the ink control lets you do that, and it lets you scroll and zoom in and on what you're writing or drawing. And of course, all this incorporates Alpha's offline capabilities, which allow you to work even when there is no Wi-Fi or cell signal available. When signal is restored, it can intelligently synchronize your data to your backend database, application, or data source using native SQL drivers and web services. Finally, when it comes to the design of your form, you can fully customize the look and feel with the help of a designer if you wish, even if the designer doesn't know how to use Alpha Anywhere. With tablet-optimized forms, you get better data faster.